Welcome back to Bostin British Fittle, where Maggie and I aim to bring you as many varieties of different British foods as we possibly can. Today we're doing a cake made for special occasions. It is the fluffy ginger sponge. This fluffy ginger sponge has ingredients such as cinnamon, ginger, crystalline ginger, egg yolks, corn flour, cinnamon, bicarb of soda, cream of tartar, and dried strawberries. Ginger wasn't really very big in Britain in medieval times. Its first mention in any sort of recipe really is in a medicinal drink known as hippocras, which would be wine infused with ginger. It only came into commercial being in about the 1500s, around 1525, when British colonial rule took over the areas of the West Indies and Jamaica and imported a lot of ginger then. And that's where ginger really kicked off, especially with gingerbread itself. And several different recipes appeared around the country in England. It was also a cheaper alternative than sugar and other such things as well. It was like a cheaper alternative mix, so it really took off. As for the sponge, gingerbread was obviously incorporated into cakes, but this particular fluffy sponge is fatless. It uses very little butter, no lard or anything that was used at the time. And as England has a big indulgence of cakes, something had to come up with a recipe that allowed people to enjoy cake without putting on too many pounds. For this recipe, you're going to need 4 ounce or 115 grams of sugar, 2 ounce or 60 grams of corn flour, 2 level tablespoons of flour, plain flour, 1 large dessert spoon of golden syrup, 4 eggs, 2 level teaspoons of cocoa powder, 2 level teaspoons of ground cinnamon, 2 level teaspoons of cream of tartar, 2 level teaspoons of ground ginger, and 1 level teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, some crystalline ginger, and some filling for the sandwich cake. Okay, so in preparation for this dish, you're going to need obviously 2 cake tins, but as I've got a specialised version, I'm making a giant 2 sandwich muffin type tin. Now, before you get started with anything, you need to separate your eggs. So separate the yolk from the white, which I've done here. They've broken, but it doesn't matter so long as they don't go in with the white. Right, then you want to set your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, that's gas mark 4 or 180 degrees centigrade. So let's do that now. There we go. Now, as you can see, I've got 2 bowls here. So the recommendation is that you sieve everything together 4 times. In with the corn flour, There we go. In with the other flour, plain flour in my case. Obviously if there's some bits not going through, always just give them a crush. That should help them get through. If they're not going to go through, they're no good, so we get rid. Then in with the rest. So cream of tartar, cinnamon, ginger, bicarb of soda and cocoa powder, all in there, all going through nicely. The reason you sieve it 4 times is because you want to ensure that the ingredients are thoroughly mixed. So siev's going to go on that one. I'm going to give them a stir together, and I'll be stirring them together as long as they don't try to escape out the bowl 4 times. So that looks good to me. So once you've done this 4 times over, we'll move on to the next stage. Okay, that's everything mixed thoroughly together. I'm going to set that to one side. And then I'm going to take my egg whites, pop them into this bowl here, give them a good whisk until they start going stiff, and then gradually add the sugar a bit at a time, and then once that's all done, we'll move on to the next bit. Okay, there we go. So that's the sugar mixed in with the egg whites, which is nice and stiff. That's what we want. You then get your yolks, pour them in, and we're going to whisk them all together. But just before you whisk them all together, you need to warm up your golden syrup. So I will be taking my golden syrup and sticking it in the microwave for 30 seconds. So once that's done, and once this is whisked together, we'll move on to the next bit. Okay, so there is my egg mixture. My golden syrup, I actually put in the microwave for 15 seconds. It didn't need any more than that. And it's beautiful and warm. So now what we do is we slowly sieve the flour mixture into our egg mixture. There we go. And then we will fold that in very slowly. A bit more powder here. Let's get rid of this. There we go. Get flour everywhere, make sure you do. Yeah. Okay, that is all in. So now slowly fold it in. And as you fold it in, you want to make sure there are no bits of flour everywhere or anywhere. It's a good mix. See, some of it's already sunk, so I've had to put the spatula down, make sure I've got it all. And as I'm doing this, into the mix comes the warmed up golden syrup. Excellent, let's get all of that out. Be very careful. Golden syrup, when it's warm, can be extremely hot on the fingers and can burn. So please be careful. Okay. Take the last bit off the spoon. Excellent. And we're going to keep folding this until I'm sure that everything is mixed together. It's the same colour throughout. And then once you're sure that everything is mixed together absolutely thoroughly, remember, don't whisk this, fold it. Once you're sure it's done, you will add it to your 2 grease-lined tins, or in my case, to the muffin-sized tins, ready to go into the oven. Okay, so that's coming along nicely. So once they're both in the cake tins, they're into the oven straight away for 20 minutes. Obviously I'm going to check them again in 15 minutes and then we'll see what it's like when it comes out. Hi guys, before we go any further, please don't forget to follow, like and subscribe my YouTube channel to get updates on all the other British foods I'm going to try. And if you can think of any other British foods that I might like to try, go on to my Blue Sky account, bostinbritfittle.bluesky.social. And don't forget to also check out my Instagram page for all the British foods that I'll have tried, and you can see all the images on there. All right, thanks very much and enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, let's see how these look. Does the steam go by? Oof. And my God, look at that. Look at how it wobbles. It's risen amazingly. So, I'll sink a little bit. And then once they've gone down for a short while, I will possibly trim the top of one, trim the top of the other, add in my filling, and that will be a fluffy ginger sponge. Okay, let's try some of this ginger sponge. So light. Oh, that's really light. That's really nice. It's sweet. Oh, it's flavoursome. That cinnamon and the ginger has just come through just now. Amazing. Yeah, you feel like you're crunching a little bit on the sugar intensity, but that lightness really lends itself to allowing the other tastes to come through. The spices. Oh, that's really nice. Really a surprise. But what does the pupper think? What does the pupper think? Okay, we're going to try the pupper with some of this ginger sponge. What do we think to this pupper? It's got those spices in there and she's like, oh, I don't mind, I'll take it. Oh my God, it's gone. You know, you are allowed to chew your food.